Hi there, Deborah Moorhead, and this is your Juicy Relationship Tips. Welcome. The question that I'm going to answer today is, whenever my boyfriend and I get in an argument, he runs away and he goes to his mom's house. Now, it may be your girlfriend that runs away and does that, or your boyfriend, but either way, there's a couple problems that we're going to address, and I'm going to give you 3 tips to help with this issue. And the problems are that he or she is running away, and then the other problem is that they're actually going to their parents. Now, it could also be a friend or whatever, but they're going to their parent or their friend. And there's issues that can happen with both of these. So today I'm going to go over 3 different tips around what you can do to try to help shift this issue. So the first tip around your partner running away when you have an argument and running to someone else in the situation is, I'm going to ask that you look at how you are arguing. At least look at your part in how you are arguing. Because if you are doing a lot of criticizing, if you're doing blaming, a lot of those you statements, if even when your partner does come back with something that they're bothered about and you just do a lot of defending but that's not my issue, or not taking any responsibility, or if you're even saying mean or cruel things. Now, the truth is we all can do those in arguments because we're hurt and angry. And if you want your partner to not be running away, then as much as you can shift and change your part in the argument, you will find that that will make a big difference in how the argument will go. And what you really want to do is pull into yourself, be able to say, and I know you all know this, but say those I statements. Make it what's going on for you. Bring your feelings into the situation so it isn't about a lot of pointing at them. And then make sure that you are not moving into mean or cruel or bringing up past stuff, because that makes the argument just escalate up more and more. And that kind of leads into the second tip around this, which is we all have our ouch buttons. And if we are arguing in a place where we're criticizing or blaming or not taking responsibility or being mean or anything like that, there is a good chance, and my guess is your ouch button has been pushed, because that's why you're responding the way you are. And when you go at your partner that way, their ouch button is being pushed. That's why do all the things I was talking about earlier. And in this situation, here's the problem. When our ouch button gets pushed, what happens is our body goes into stress mode. I often talk about kind of like caveman mode, you know, it's like, oh no, saber-toothed tiger coming. And we have to go to, I either have to fight or I have to run away. And if your partner is somebody that within what they learn, now it probably depends on the situation, but they kind of go to an avoiding or cutting off or numbing place because they're getting so flooded with the chemicals and hormones going on, then the getting away feels like their only option. So what is really important here is, as soon as you or your partner start to escalate even a little bit, start to flood, if you can't shift to a statement that says, wait, this is getting out of control, let's not go that way, let's come back down. If you can't do that, that's the ideal if you can do that, and then you're reconnecting. But if you can't do that, you actually do want to do an official timeout, an official cool down space. And I just want to talk about what we know, some research has been done, is that for women it takes about 20 minutes for them to calm down, but men take about 30 minutes. Not exactly sure why. I think it might be because of the testosterone, but men take about 30 minutes to come all the way back down to a calm space. So you actually want to, in a separate from the argument time, you actually want to say, what's going to be our clue or our trigger word or our whatever it is that says, oh, we need a timeout. You know, it can be timeout, it can be something silly or funny, but something that says, okay, we're going up here, we're not being able to come back down, let's take a timeout. And then you want to do stuff during that 30 minutes ideally, is where it keeps your mind occupied. You can do some breathing techniques, you can just, watch a funny show, you can go work on a project, but you want to get your mind kind of shut off so that it calms down, because it doesn't do any good if you just keep ruminating on what you're upset about. So that's the second tip. The third tip really has to do with that other piece of the question or the concern, which is, and he runs to his mom's house. Let me talk a little bit about that, because the problem with running and talking about the problem, whatever is the issue, or complaining about the issue to a family member or a friend, or running out there, is, first of all, which is nice, we have friends and family members who support us. So we go there and we tell them, and it feels good to get that support. Now, I understand that. The problem is that actually works against the we of the relationship between the two of you. What you want to do is, in a non-argument time, have a conversation with your partner. And this is after, because you've set up the timeout so that you guys can calm down, and you've talked about, it really bothers me when you leave, so can we just have a here space in our timeout, but we can be away from each other. Once you've done all that, this conversation is around, I really want you to feel supported. And I know that going to your mom's house, or talking to your friend or whatever else, is a way that you get support. My concern is that takes away from you and I getting the support from each other, from you and I resolving this issue or problem together, so that it really becomes you and me against this problem, and we are going to do what we need to resolve it. So it's a coming together. You want to have that conversation with your partner and say, can we agree that we're going to do this, and that we're going to keep it between you and I to try to solve it? And then that's what will really build more and more of that feeling, secure feeling, the support and feeling the bond between the two of you, with every time you can work on an argument and solve it together. Arguments are hard. So there, certainly I gave some different tips about how to help maneuver through arguments. There's a lot more on how to do that. So you might want to, at some point, reach out and find a coach who can help you, because that certainly is part of what I do. Go to a therapist, but you may need some extra help, because if you've gotten into some bad habits around how you argue that only make things worse, you just need some support and help. So if you are interested in just a complimentary consultation with me, we can really talk about relationship assessment and figure some things out and see in what ways I might be able to help you. Reach out, DeborahMoorhead.com, and there's a place there to sign up for the complimentary session with me. I'd love to support and help you. Otherwise, if this has been helpful, I hope you share this with anyone else who might benefit from it, and I will see you next time.